Hi guys, my name is Eslin and welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for tuning in, and if you have not done so, please subscribe down below and give me a thumbs up if you find this video useful and you like it. So I'm gonna get right into it. So my last video, I announced that I was pregnant. I had just found out. I was 10 days past ovulation. I'm moving the table. So I was 10 days DPO, and I took a home pregnancy test and I saw a faint line. So I called my doctor up right away because I wanted to be placed on progesterone. And the reason is because I did have a miscarriage once before, and I wanted to, I knew my progesterone levels were low after the fact, and I wanted to be placed on progesterone immediately. So I called her up. I said, can you please send me over progesterone? I came back pregnant, whatever. So she decided that she wanted me to come in and do HCG, blood work, beta test. So I was like, okay, great. So I went in and I was actually a 5. My blood results came back 5, which technically anything 5 and below is considered not pregnant. But I knew I did a home test and I did see a line, so I was like, nah, I'm pregnant. I feel pregnant, and I had like aching, dull, like pulling in my ovaries, in my uterus, and anyway, so she said, okay, come back in 2 days and let's see if it goes up. So I did. I went back at 12 DPO and it went up to, I'm looking down because I'm looking at my notes here. I wrote down like all my my beta details and stuff. So I went back at 12 DPO and it did go up. It doubled. It was a 13. Now here's the thing. So they want your numbers to double. It's considered a normal, or it's considered that your pregnancy is progressing, right? So every time you go back, your numbers need to double. So my numbers did double. So she's like, it's still low. It's only 13. So she's like, come back. She had me come back in 4 days. So I went back, and now I'm 16 DPO, and my number was 24, which I was shocked. It definitely should have been way more than that. So I was all sad. I was depressed. My numbers only went to 24, which is like, at that point, I had went back 4 days after my first test. So technically it was a 42% increase in 2 days. So I did some research, and my doctor did ask me to come back. She's like, let's see, if it doubles or whatever. So I did some research, and I was in forums and just a bunch of different articles and research that I did. And I did see that it's still considered normal if your numbers, they want your numbers to double. That's the normal. Well, that's the range that they want it to progress. They want the numbers to double, but it's still considered normal if it's below the doubling rate. So ideally, they want your HCG to double every 48 to 72 hours. That's ideal, right? However, I did read that it is still considered normal if you have a 30% rise every 48 hours. So, I naturally got all worked up when my rise was only, it went from 13 to 24 in 4 days. But when I did my math, that was a 42 increase in 2 days. So I was still okay, but it was a slow rise. And then I read that about 85% of pregnancies, usually their HCG doubles in that time frame. But I also read, 15% of pregnancies have a slower doubling time. So, like I said, it's still considered normal, even if it goes up, but it's a little bit. So you just have to keep monitoring. So my doctor did ask me to come in 2 days later, and now we're at 18 DPO, and my numbers went up to a 67. So now I was a little concerned because the numbers are still low, but the doubling is what matters the most. So, try not to get too worked up over the numbers being low or whatever, if that's, happening to you. But it did rise. It did double. So it more than doubled. So I was really happy about that. So she's asked me to come in again. I guess her concern was that my numbers were low, so she just wanted to keep monitoring. So now I went in at 20 DPO, and they went up again. And they went from a 67 to my beta at 20 DPO, I was 175. So at that point, my doctor felt comfortable that I more than doubled again. And my doctor felt comfortable, and she was like, come back next week. So I was happy about that. Everything was going okay. So then, where am I? So then I went back 5 days later, and my betas came back and they dropped. They went from 175 to 94. And obviously that's very concerning. My doctor called me and she's like, it's not good news, but let's see. Let's not confirm anything with this blood work. Come back again, and we'll see where we go from there. But she didn't rule it a miscarriage or anything. So yeah, I was pretty bummed. It kind of felt like, here we go again. This is exactly, what I experienced my last pregnancy. At this point, I am 6 weeks pregnant, and my number just went down. I feel normal. I don't feel pregnant anymore. I don't feel any pulling or aching. All those symptoms kind of went away. And my progesterone, at this point I'm taking I take progesterone in the morning and at night, because my numbers kind of they were still considered normal, but on the lower end. So instead of taking it once a day, I was taking it in morning, night, and I was taking suppositories, so my progesterone was okay, but it was just my betas that weren't rising or weren't doubling, and then they fell, so I didn't have any bleeding, no spotting, everything was I just felt normal. So I'm 6 weeks, and my doctor asked me to come back again to see if it dropped, and it did. It dropped again to 51. It went from a 175 when I was 5 weeks pregnant, and then it dropped to 94, and then now it's 51. So my doctor did confirm that I am miscarrying, and that my pregnancy isn't progressing. So yeah, it's hard, but I'm determined to figure this out and see what is causing this. My plans are to see a fertility specialist, and I know I have I have PCOS, so hormone imbalance, I'm assuming, but I also need to do further tests. I can't just assume that it's just a hormone imbalance. It could be a bunch of other stuff. So we'll see. So I need to see a specialist. I'll update you guys and see how, let you know how that stuff goes. I'm trying to be positive. We'll see what they tell me. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. I haven't bled or anything, but as of this morning, I did take my progesterone suppository, but after speaking to my doctor and getting my numbers back, and confirming that I am miscarrying, I will stop the progesterone. So I expect to, I'm praying that it comes out naturally and that I don't have to do a D&C. So that's my update. That's where I'm at. Like I said, I'm currently 6 weeks, and my last pregnancy actually, I was 5 weeks, so it's around the same time with my last pregnancy. This one lasted a little longer, maybe because I was taking maybe because I'm taking progesterone. My last one I was not taking progesterone suppositories, so we will see. I will keep you posted, and hopefully I have much better news. My next video, and I have an update on what's going on, because this is my second miscarriage, and you know, one miscarriage is normal. It can happen to literally anyone. You could be, you know, have a perfect 28-day cycle, perfect, and still experience a miscarriage. But 2 is not normal. Once you have 2, you know that you have an underlying issue and you need to seek some help. So yeah, so hopefully, like I said, I have much better news, and I have an update on what's going on. So thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe and comment below. Tell me what you're experiencing. Hopefully you have better news than I do. Tell me about your betas and your blood levels. If you have any questions or any advice, please comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Make sure you give me a thumbs up and subscribe. See you soon. Bye.